You know what Overwatch needs? Better hero balance, a replay system, and better matchmaking? What? No, that's ridiculous. We need more skins. Overwatch clearly needs more skins. I mean, they've been giving us all these cool themed skins, but what about just cool skins in general? I don't want no themed skins, although some of the more recent ones have been looking quite gorgeous. I want some just cool skins for different heroes that weren't planned out. Blizzard, take some fan suggestions over here and implement these great skins into your game. These skins that we're going to talk about, because they are definitely needed in Overwatch. These skins cannot go overlooked because they would be perfect in this game. Our first amazing skin idea for Overwatch is for my personal favorite hero, McCree, and while I don't actually have any concept art of it, I do have a way of showing you exactly, or somewhat exactly, what it should look like. This concept is Star-Lord McCree, and I know that name is patented so that I have to change it, but the character Chris Pratt plays in Guardians of the Galaxy would make an excellent McCree skin. They'd obviously have to vary it up a little bit and change the name for it to fit into Overwatch and on McCree's skin, but they could definitely use this skin as a concept. It works very well. He features a small firearm that could definitely be modeled into McCree's hand and look similar to his revolver, but not exactly the same. He has a mask, and McCree loves hats, so I mean hat versus mask. It could definitely work, and the player model is just a normal dude. It would fit on McCree so very well, and it could be a legendary skin. They could change the voice lines he uses on it, maybe do some alterations of the sound it makes when he fires his gun. That could be cool as well. And this space-themed McCree skin could work really well. You don't even have to make it really Star-Lord specific. You can switch it up and make him just a space-themed sort of bounty hunter, because that is what McCree is. He is a bounty hunter, and you see lots of those in various movies, Star Wars being one of them, Guardians of the Galaxy being another. You could definitely take some inspiration from these and model a very cool space-themed skin for McCree, and for McCree especially because he has been severely lacking in the skin department. The next skin concept I have come across is one that I simply refuse to believe Blizzard is going to ignore. This skin will happen at some point. I am honestly fully convinced. Groovy Lucio. Actually, this guy who made this skin has a ton of cool concept skins, like a Magician Genji and a sort of Wizard Zenyatta skin, which are also very cool. But this one, out of all of them, fits the best. Lucio is already music-based, and he already skates around on sort of like his magical ice skates that work on any surface. Throw on some rollerblades, give him some different music, and Lucio could definitely become a sort of roller disco groovy Lucio that would make its way into Overwatch very nicely. Up next, we have a hero that has been severely lacking in the skin department. Much like McCree, Hanzo hasn't seen really any love since the release of Overwatch. It's actually worse than McCree. He's only gotten one skin, the Demon Hanzo skin, and it's arguably a terrible skin. This skin we're presenting on screen, Robin Hood Hanzo, is far better than that one, and I think Blizzard could actually take it a step further. They could make a Robin Hood Hanzo like this one to represent the good guy, make it a legendary skin. He could be like a savior to the people, I don't know, in like, you know, Robin Hood culture. And they could also make an evil one where maybe the colors are altered, the hood comes down over his eyes, and maybe he looks like more of an assassin, someone like from Assassin's Creed, because they have very cool and disguising hoods. I actually wish Blizzard would play a lot more with their legendary skins and make ones that are actually kind of different, that kind of go against each other. Because right now, all the legendary skins, one versus the other, they're just recolors. But we could, I think, definitely see some diversity when it comes to legendary skins. That way, it's not just one and it's recolor. I think this idea, like the good guy and the bad guy for Hanzo, could work super well, and I'd love to see if Blizzard implements it. Now, Genji already has a fair bit of cool skins, Carbon Fiber being a classic, the new Nihon one from the Summer Games, as well as Oni Genji. They're all very cool skins, but I think there's one that Blizzard will potentially be at least considering for Genji in the future, and it's partially because, well, Blizzard already owns the property. Demon Hunter Genji. Now, this is something I looked at a while ago, and when I actually originally saw this, I didn't understand the WoW lore and didn't understand what this was, but now, actually having played World of Warcraft and understanding the lore and all the Illidari and all of this cool stuff, I think this skin would fit Genji very well. Now, this picture on screen, I think, has a few flaws. It definitely changes the model up a little too much for Blizzard's liking, maybe. So I think they'd have to tone it back a little bit. But I do think Blizzard could definitely make something like this work. They have the rights to it. They could even just call it Demon Hunter Genji. No changing of the name needed, no altering needed. And all of the elements with the kit work. The sword would look very cool. The shurikens being green would already fit Genji's base color scheme. And his dash and his deflect and all of these abilities would fit with Genji. It's not completely unreasonable to think Blizzard might do something like this in the future if they're looking at fan skins. We don't actually know if they've taken any input from fans yet because so far they haven't shown any signs of doing so, but it's something I think they should consider in the near future. The final skin concept I have for today isn't really specific to just one hero. I've seen it applied to many heroes with lots of success. A line of Talon-themed skins for heroes that aren't originally from Talon. Something like a Talon Tracer, as we can see on screen, or a Talon McCree would also be very cool. Evil-looking skins that change their heroes would be honestly amazing. They could even make one that has like Zenyatta who's been hacked, or there's something like stuck in him that's controlling him. I think honestly the key takeaway from this video and from my exploration is that Blizzard's opportunities are limitless. There are so many good ideas out there that Blizzard can be implementing. And I actually think they're limiting themselves right now by only doing these themed skins, which have been very cool, but I'd like to see more skins like we saw with Reinhardt. When Eichenwald was released, we saw the Griefheart and the grassy version of that skin as well, the Baldric skin, I believe. And these skins were very cool. They were themed and they didn't have anything to do with the event, which is what I think we should be seeing, a lot more often. I think do something like League of Legends does. And I don't want to compare Overwatch to League of Legends, but League has a lot of heroes and they're pumping out skins every single patch. And I know League player models are very, very low quality, so it's much easier for Riot to do because they're so small. Blizzard would take a little bit more effort, but even just one skin per patch that was something like this, unthemed and just very cool, I think is something Blizzard should consider. Although maybe they're working on balance changes and new heroes and other more important things. I'm not too sure. Hopefully this video was entertaining to you all. If it was, you have two options. One is make 100 YouTube accounts and like the video on each one of your accounts, or you could just click the video on screen. Like 100 likes versus clicking the video, I think the video is still actually more helpful. Like YouTube's algorithm is so screwed up right now, likes don't mean anything. So be sure to do one of those two things. Those are your only options. You have no others, and I'll see you guys all later. Have a good one. Lone Hawk out.